You got this and you got that, and you gonna murder this one and murder that one. Talking all that bullshit. I'm gonna put it to you like this, yo.
This is for the nerds, this is for the brainiacs, this what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back, you ain't gonna touch me, you not gonna do nothing, you are not above me. I bet you wish you was me, I know it, I know.
What is poppin', everybody? And welcome back to another special episode of the Only Friends podcast. Well, you know, it's me and my only friends, which includes, but is not limited to, Tortu! Oh, my boy's back! You
Oh,
feel
we
that?
got it.
Oh,
We got it.
shit.
We're here, baby.
And Melissa's in the building. What's poppin', Melissa?
Boppin'.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Poppin'.
Was boppin'. Oh
What
my
is boppin'?
god, what is that? What the hell? Let's cover that up.
Yeah.
Too
many brownies.
Too many brownies.
Those
Yeah,
are
those
abs.
are relaxed abs,
Yes,
guys.
yes, exactly. That's why I never
I should have
wear
looked at my
t-shirts like
shop
that.
beforehand. Shit.
Need to get a preview.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
never wear t-shirts like that. Except who knows? Maybe today I will be wearing one like that.
I used to be able to wear them, but
Crop tops.
mommy's chunky now.
Mommy got hungry.
Mommy got hungry.
Yeah. We got hungry.
So we're having a little fun today. It seems like we're gonna be.
Only today. Today only.
It
Yes.
seems like we're gonna be like wearing shirts that we got for each other.
We're
Some of
gonna
us.
Well, yeah, because some people are not prepared.
Listen, I only had like 3 days to prepare, and that is not enough time for
You
me.
couldn't go to Target or,
No.
Amazon.
No, my battery
Prime?
was dead in my car.
You're
Amazon
telling
Prime.
me, Lamanna?
I did Amazon Prime.
I did the kitchen fucking counter.
Oh, you made one.
Oh, I made one.
Listen,
See, you could have made one.
It's gonna take at least
How does
two.
it
It's gonna
feel-
take at least 3 days for me to think of
How does
something
it
to
feel
get.
to ruin the bit?
Feels great. I didn't ruin the bit. I came through in the end.
I've been there before.
I think your t-shirt is great.
Man, it's so brutal. I spent $70 to get a shirt overnighted to get here yesterday that says it's getting delivered today.
Classic
Where did you order
Landon.
from?
Classic
Fucking
Rush
Indonesia?
order tees.
Yeah.
You ordered from rushordertees.com?
Mm-hmm. And they didn't give you
Why
a
don't
rush
you
order.
guys
though.
go on Amazon Prime? It's literally overnight.
I wanted
No.
a custom shirt.
You can do custom
Listen,
on Amazon.
is fucking slipping. I almost didn't even.
They lied to me.
Yeah, I had to go to a different store to get my "It's All Happening"
Yeah.
shirt or not, whatever it's called.
T-Swift one?
My T-Swift one. I had to go to like some random T-shirt store.
You didn't just go to a concert for that?
No, I wish I could. I wish I
What,
should
you
have.
couldn't
I wish
get
was
it on
here.
Amazon?
I could have, but it would have showed up like it took like a week and a half.
Well,
I
that's
think
probably
it's.
because so many people were wearing it for Halloween.
No, she's popular. That's true.
So many 4 and 5-year-olds were wearing it for Halloween. They couldn't service the 40-year-old man.
The 4-year-old
So
resident
that's what I'm
turtle.
saying. They should be sold out of the kids
That's
version.
true.
They should have XLs all over the
Okay,
place.
I want to preface the shorts today by saying Conrad has decided
He's
that I
like
need
covering
it.
his crotch.
Right.
I
Conrad's like, you need to wear the shorts today.
I got a matching shirt for you,
It
buddy.
did sound like he was sexting.
Dude,
you.
he was literally texting me.
He's like, put those shorts on.
Yeah,
Wear those
you know those
shorts.
shorts?
The
They're
ones that I
my
like.
favorite
Yeah, the
shorts.
ones
Bro,
that I
literally
like.
wrote the shorts I like. I'm like,
Yeah, he's like,
excuse me?
Wear those shorts I like.
yeah.
Obviously,
my
it was a
favorite
joke.
ones.
And we'll see why shortly.
I'm scared.
You
I have
should
to
be.
tell you. Listen.
Hey, Bert.
Hi. There's. I sent you in the muck guapo. It's on WhatsApp. I too did not get my T-shirt. I ordered it on Amazon. It was supposed to be 1-day delivery. It's now on day 3. It has not arrived.
Amazon is slipping, man.
I ordered on Amazon. It came.
Listen, if you have
yesterday.
Amazon stock, sell now.
I also ordered from another place. I ordered from another place the day Nikki told us. When did she tell us? Friday?
Yeah, Friday or Thursday.
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it took me 3 days to process.
It's
what we
been
were
in
doing.
transit. It's been in transit since Friday. Don't know where it's coming from. Don't know if it's ever coming here. Probably won't.
Okay, well,
All things considered.
we
So
have some shirts on the way.
we have some new T-shirts coming. I wore vintage in honor of T-shirt
You're gonna
Day.
have to put another one
Knights.
on over that.
Go Knights,
That's
go.
fine.
I got
That's
one
fine.
for you.
That's right. We the Gannon Golden Knights. This shirt is from 2001. I tried to switch with Guapo this
Wow.
morning.
What a well-made shirt.
I know.
Shout out to the Glee Lack.
I'm sure that's been
They're
washed
no longer
hundreds of times.
hundreds of times.
They're no longer a
I
thing.
wore
It
some
looks
practice.
good. It's not worn out or anything.
Well, it's
I mean, a
if you
little,
get
but you
close,
can still
yeah.
read it. Like sometimes they just get completely washed
That's
out.
right.
Nikki's mad at us. She
I,
said we had 5 days.
By censoring my belly.
Did we though? Did we have 5 days?
I don't know. Ask Nikki.
Did she tell us Thursday?
No
I'm not
chance.
sure.
She told me
I think
Friday.
she said Thursday.
She told me Friday, and then that was.
I had one day.
Right.
Like I didn't order it the same day. I ordered it the day after.
Yeah, I'm like like a shipping place. I need 5 business days. Like don't do this weekend
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Saturdays and Sundays do not count.
The tortoise process is slow. I tried to swap with Guapo today to get Lamanna because my idea was this T-shirt would be fitting for him. I have my 1994 All-Star T-shirt.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He didn't make the team.
He didn't make the team. So I was gonna get him. I was gonna finally give him his just dues.
That's just me.
Put him on the All-Star team.
So funny story.
The shirt is 30 years old.
Before the season started.
so good.
Before the season started, Berkey's like going, like, you know how Berkey, like, he knows everything and he wants to go down.
Even back then, he
wants
still
to
knew
go,
everything.
Yeah, he wants to get, he's like, here's everybody that's going to make the All-Star team.
my
And of
God.
course I wasn't on the list.
Oh my
What a
God!
dick.
wait,
And then opening day, I fucking, listen, opening day, I hit 2 home runs, one being a grand slam. And after I come around and get in the dugout, Berkey's like, you are going to be on the All-Star team.
Okay.
And then I struck out every single day, every single game after that,
He
and I did not
jinxed
make
you.
it.
Those
Yeah.
were his last hits of the season.
They were. But then they were
I
good
But though
ones.
you needed that motivation
Spike
from
is a
him
powerful
not
motivator.
believing in
Exactly.
you.
That's right. I had a career.
You put
year
your
that
best
year.
friend not on the team.
Well, we were on the
Here's
outs.
who's gonna,
we weren't
here's
on
who's gonna
then.
make the team.
No,
GM Berkey at 10.
I knew. I was probably pretty accurate. I mean, you
How
start.
accurate were you?
Well, you start with the coach's dad or the coach's sons. They
Of course,
auto
they
make
all,
it.
yeah.
Like Chris
course.
Simon, get the
Yeah,
fuck out of here.
yeah.
That kid was a lock to make it. Sit
Shout
on
out
the
to
bench.
Chris if he's watching.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chris, you suck.
you could have made it over Chris.
Chris at 10 is pissed right now.
I had a career year that year. There was a great picture though that made it to the Valley News Dispatch, which was our local paper. Our team, we lost in the championship, and then we went on to the Tournament of Champions, and we played this really shit team opening round in New Kensington. And Lamanna and I go off for like a combined 3 or 4 home runs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bookended my my season with home runs in the first game and the last game, and just struck out everywhere in
yeah.
between.
So there's this picture of I hit in front of him, I think, and he hit a home run to knock me in. And as I was crossing the plate, I like turn around and it's just Lamanna jumping like this to give me a high 10.
Yeah.
It's a
amazing.
great photo.
That's wholesome.
Amazing.
We
It
find-
was.
Put that on a shirt.
That's right.
tried out
That's
for one
what I
team.
should have made for the T-shirt.
No, the All-Star one is so good. The lore.
Man,
The lore is
That would've
good.
The
been
lore
good.
is so good. I had Guapo.
Guapo goes, I don't know. It's a really Lamanna specific shirt I got.
Oh, you
I go,
have a very
okay.
you have a very turtle shirt.
Adjacent.
Man,
Turtle
I
adjacent.
got you such a good shirt too. I can say what I should just say what it is.
No.
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 Just wait till tomorrow.
You cannot say it if it's not here.
Who did you
Okay.
get it for?
I got Guapo.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. He's not on camera.
He's got a camera.
Yeah, he chooses not to use
There
it
he
quite
is.
often. There he is.
Look at
There
that
he
guy.
is.
Yeah, that's the shirt I got.
There he is.
Look at it. So when are we doing this T-shirt thing?
Are we doing it right now?
Is this what's happening?
Is this the thing?
Are we
Yeah.
gonna make it?
Oh my God.
Wait, are we
I
gonna,
think we should because you have to wear it the whole podcast.
Yeah,
are we gonna
that's
make it a
true.
two-parter
Alright,
then? So Guapo gets
fine.
mine.
We'll get to Guapo.
Give me
at some
give me
point
the
in time.
Steelers jersey. I already see it. Jesus Christ.
Can we play some like B-roll while we get changed, or we're just gonna D-robe right on here on camera?
What is that?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ace 5 Landy tee. It's a crop top.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Look at
You
the,
guys were.
It's your shirt.
I was going to tell you guys how
No, it's not
disappointed in
yours. You're an
Landon's shirt you were
honorary-
going to be.
Wow.
Thank you.
This is gonna
Oh
cover
my.
rolls.
Maybe it's a change.
I don't even understand what this is.
Wait,
I
what
can't
is
believe I'm wearing a fucking Steelers jersey.
this is
Actually,
small.
you know what? The way this thing works in like football, any team that I like, they always lose. So if I touch a Steelers jersey, I'm just gonna.
That's amazing.
I'm
It
not gonna-
matches your hat.
I'm not gonna subject you guys to the cross.
No, you have to take off your other shirt.
Nah,
You have to take off your other shirt.
Wait, what is?
He's cheating.
I don't even know what mine says.
I have a penis cover on it
says-
for you.
Mine says fold, and it's covering
It
his
says,
crotch.
of course
I
I'm
don't
awesome. I'm chlamydia
understand what's happening
specialist.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I don't get it.
I got Landy's shirt.
I have an elephant
Chlamydia
shirt.
specialist.
That makes sense.
Oh, is that to cover your penis?
Yeah.
I gave him a penis cover for it matches shorts.
Unbelievable.
Wow, you really got
Landy.
creative with the design. You went in there with the scissors. That's like
You
a
went
real
custom.
Kanye move.
Well, I was there when he was making it. It wasn't a lot of thought.
Oh.
Yeah,
going
but there's an
into it.
ace and a 5, so I'm in.
He was just.
What do you mean? I thought about everything I
Oh
did.
man, Conrad,
Wow,
you look great
good.
in
You
black
look good,
and gold.
cuz.
So what you guys don't
Damn,
know,
you look good.
what
You
you
look
guys
fucking
don't
good.
know is any football team I like or touched, they lose.
Yeah,
You look fucking
guys
good.
didn't think
Bengals, I got
about
the
that
Bengals
part.
jersey. Burrow's out. So now I'm touching.
Oh no, Big Ben's out.
No. This is the whole Steelers organization.
Honestly,
They're
They're gone.
he might just come back.
They're
You should come
gone.
back.
The only person that's gone from the Steelers organization is one Matt Canada. Get him the fuck out.
Get him gone.
The Kenny Pickett, the Kenny Pickett regime begins now. We move forward, and I think 13-4. Probably.
I like that your shirt's black and gold.
I
I
can't
know.
wait
I
till
thought
did
that
it on
was a
purpose,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Very
wait,
thoughtful.
What is it?
It's just his shirt.
No, she's an honorary. She's an honorary tortoise
he
today.
just gave me his shirt.
It's not my shirt. You think I could fit into that shirt?
I don't know. It is pretty small.
Matt, what does yours say?
Of course, I'm awesome. I'm a chlamydia specialist.
Wow.
Is chlamydia the clap?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's gonorrhea.
Wait, no.
I think.
I think chlamydia is the class.
I feel like it's
Of course, I'm awesome.
gonorrhea.
I've never had either. Don't know.
I think it's
Because I
chlamydia.
remember thinking that it was chlamydia because it's cla, but then I was like, oh, that's counterintuitive. I think it's gonorrhea.
Let's
I
pull
don't
the
know.
chat. I think we have a booklet in the
Pull the
making.
chat.
Hey, chat.
Of course, I'm awesome.
Which one's the clap? Gonorrhea or
Can you believe that
chlamydia?
was on Amazon? It's like, what are you guys doing on there?
Who buys this shit?
Me. Apparently.
obviously.
Shocking.
I'm gonna start selling my shirt I made for Landy on Amazon.
You want your own
You sell
Conrad-
anything on there these
What's
days.
going on?
Conrad
What's
custom-
going on here, Guapo?
So I thought I would give you an
Fold.
arc, like a character arc. Instead of being the tortoise all the time, I think Officer Lamanna is always telling you to fold. So
So this is Officer
That's
Lamanna.
good to wear when you're playing.
Ah, I see.
Man, I gotta tell you, Guap, we could have given this one to Conrad. Oh, it has Lamanna's face on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
see.
does, yeah.
Yeah, I missed that part.
You guys still gave it to me.
We could have given this to Conrad since he is such fake action.
How did Guapo manage a custom T-shirt in such a short time
I went
span?
down to Industrial Road and just went and talked to a guy who makes shirts, and I was like, hey, I just need you to knock something out.
He's
for me.
got
Oh,
a guy.
you tried.
He's got a guy.
He's got a guy.
Yeah.
What you're trying to
Guapo's
say
always
is
got a
you
guy.
tried unlike the rest of them.
Yes.
Oh no, I tried. I just got
okay.
scammed.
Oh, are you playing? You tried?
Absolutely.
You think that's trying?
Absolutely. Look at the work I put into that shit.
That's
10
trying.
minutes.
I did not try.
Under 10 minutes. I watched the whole thing happen.
It took me like 6.5. But still,
Why is the N like
I
not?
didn't look.
because I fucked up on it, so I just left it.
It's like not a letter.
I mean, it's how he's spelled. He spells and speaks the same.
It looks like it says Laxton.
It's very wholesome.
Paxd.
Very wholesome. I'm very disappointed that you're wearing the undershirt.
Yeah, we need to take the
Yeah,
undershirt
it's a
off.
crop top. You
No,
gotta wear
it's-
a crop.
You have to wear.
Listen, if,
You have to wear it.
if Melissa wore a crop top today, you have to wear a
Yeah.
crop top.
It's true. You got to do
You know
it.
what?
You gotta do
If
it.
mommy shows her rolls, you
Guapo's-
have to show
Yeah,
yours.
Guapo's got the censor button ready on stand.
It doesn't matter. I put a penis cover on it for you. Don't worry.
There is a penis cover.
There is.
Melissa, I appreciate that you think I'm a schmedium.
It's a large.
No way.
Yeah.
Bro's bulk is coming
Bro's
in.
bulking.
She asked me what shirt I thought you were. I said
I gotta
large.
tell you,
What are you
this
up to
is-
right now,
this
Berk?
is snug.
What I
215.
what I appreciated
I weigh
that
215
is that
today.
you finally realize you're not a medium.
I'm a medium in Under Armour.
Oh my god.
It's only Under Armour.
And stretchy shirts.
Yeah, exactly. She understands. There's something about the Under Armour t-shirt. It's very big.
215.
215.
Big boy.
I'll be like 195 by
By Brownie.
mid-January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be the
Those got-
brownies.
get those
Has to be the
brownies.
brownies.
Dun, dun.
Dun dun. Food court.
Okay. Okay, listen.
Play the song. Play the.
He's stumbling.
Oh, there's a food
This
court.
is a last minute edition, by the way.
Okay, listen. We had a very simple misunderstanding this morning in the kitchen.
I don't think there's anything to misunderstand.
What was the
Look,
misunderstanding?
I'm going to plead my case.
Okay.
I don't really see anything wrong with this. Now, Landon is a notorious.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why do we start it with Landon? We're already starting to put the blame on.
No. This isn't blame.
This is backstory lore.
Okay.
Yeah, this is lore.
This is lore.
Landon is a notorious trash panda. He will consume anything and everything. We know this. And in the past, he has consumed the last of things that are mine. You know, the last protein shake, the last piece of whatever.
But we know about the rice.
Right.
Rice miser.
It's not about the rice.
Right. The last packet of rice, you know.
And sometimes when I'm offered the last amount of food, then someone changes their mind.
When did that happen?
With Lillian and Big Bear.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was different.
That was
different.
hilarious.
She hadn't been through the buffet line yet. It wasn't fair.
But go on.
But anyway, I digress. So Landon had a tray of brownies, and he goes, "Did you have some?" And I said, "Yeah, I did."
70% of it was gone, by the way, at this point.
That's true, but I don't know who got into that. That's
I had
not
mommy
me.
I
get
had
hungry?
2.
Who is the mystery brownie feaster?
I had some.
Dun, dun, dun.
Some.
Conrad watched what I ate. He literally saw me. Every morsel that I ate, he witnessed.
All right, so let me break down the situation for
Dun,
you
dun,
here, because
dun.
Berkey's had his story, that his backstory of why he does things. So basically, there was a tray of brownies sitting in the kitchen table when I arrived at home at midnight last night.
They were full, right? There was.
There was
No, I had-
80%,
definitely
70 to 80%.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
about 20%, maybe 15.
Okay, I came
Maybe
home.
15%.
I'm sitting on the kitchen table talking to Berkey. He sees the brownies. He's like, "Oh, wow, there's a whole thing of brownies here. I wonder who left these." Okay.
I didn't say I wonder. I knew who left them.
No, you said I wonder who left them.
I did not.
A very nice lady made
So-
them for us.
Dun, dun.
He ate some brownies.
Lady.
And then this morning, I got a picture from Melissa with a half-eaten brownie.
Okay, you're skipping a lot in between. So this morning, Landon and I were in the kitchen, and he's chowing down on the brownies, and he goes, "Would you like
First
some?"
off, hold on. First off, I see that like
Order in the
70%.
court.
Yeah.
Okay, can we get one story at a
Yeah,
time
one
here?
at a time.
So my story. So
Thank you, Tortoise.
Thank you, thank you, Turtle.
Sustained.
Yeah, Judge Turtle. So there's like 70% of the brownies gone at this point. I see Matt on his computer at the kitchen table, and I say, "Oh, so like you have some brownies?" He goes, "Yeah, they're slightly overcooked, but yeah."
They were overcooked.
And I said, "Okay, so it sounds like you're not gonna have any more." And he goes, "Yeah, that's right." I go, "This is what it takes for you not to eat any more cooked chocolate garbage."
All of this is correct.
And he says, "Yeah, that's true."
That's accurate.
So then I got hungry, and then I'm like, "Okay, these are my brownies. I'm gonna eat some." And then I ate some, and I left the square because I'm like, Melissa might come down and she might want the square.
So you left one square.
I left the
One
square.
brownie?
One
I
square.
left that
Okay.
square.
Yeah.
Well,
One
that was
square.
kind of you. I
That was-
appreciate that.
Okay.
And then
And then
Melissa sees.
Wait. So then
This is what was left.
there's a lot of meat on that
That
brownie.
is not a
first of all.
square.
Why would I want a bite taken out of it?
To be fair, I was not thinking of you. I will admit that. My thought
Landon
process.
was.
I know. I understand. Hey, I can't get in his head. My thought process. So I go to the car to leave, and I forgot something, and that's a problem.
Oh, so you decided to take a bite when you
You
came
forgot
back
about the
in?
brownie you wanted to bite
I
of.
had to double back.
You forgot the
I
brownie.
had to double back, and I saw that there was exactly one brownie left, and I was like, you know what? This is gonna be gone before I know it. I should give it, one last try to make sure that they actually are overcooked. And so I took a little chunk out of the middle, and I had it, and I was like, I'm not gonna eat the whole thing because I've really ripped Landon in the past for eating the last of something.
This part I call bullshit.
No, this is true. This is literally what went through my
You didn't
head.
want to throw it away.
Why would I throw it away? There's still some good brownie left.
You thought leaving a bite in a brownie was better
You thought
than
that was
eating the whole
considerate?
thing?
Bro.
You thought that was
bite.
considerate? to
Landon,
leave that?
Landon and I absolutely do not mind the fact that there's a bite taken out of this brownie.
It wasn't for me.
It wasn't
But
for you guys.
I didn't know it wasn't for you. They were your brownies, so I thought I was leaving it for you.
Why would I want bit brownie?
But you wouldn't mind it.
You
at
took
this
a
point.
giant. There was a big bite.
That's
taken
not a
out.
big bite.
Yeah,
That's
it was a
small
big
A
bite.
bigger bite with the whole brownie being gone.
It was a big bite. Well, the whole brownie being gone would mean that he'd have to throw away
smidgen of a bite.
the garbage.
Smidgen
And
of
we
a
have
bite.
no trash bags
nibble?
right now.
A nibble.
So it
Thank
would
you,
be
tortoise.
a whole thing.
It was
I
a-
really think you just didn't want to throw it
It
away.
was a tortoise nibble. Honestly, throwing it away didn't even cross my mind because we have a trash pan in the house. I would never throw food away.
No, but like if you ate the whole thing, then there would just be an empty container left.
An empty vessel.
Oh, throw the foil. That also never
We
crossed my
didn't
mind.
have any trash bags.
Yeah, that never
So it's like,
once
well,
crossed my
he
mind.
wants whoever eats this last, throw it
It's
away.
their problem now.
Yeah.
No. I genuinely was just thinking, I don't want to get yelled at for eating the last brownie. So I'm going to eat a portion of the
you
last
ate
brownie.
most 75% of it and left your teeth marks in it.
75%.
Your teeth marks in it instead.
Guapa, bring up the photo.
How much is Ace King Capri?
Can you maybe?
That thing was a perfect square.
That was a square.
That was not a
yes, it
perfect
was.
square.
It was all the way into the corner.
It had a point.
Okay, if that's a okay.
No,
if that was
it's flipped.
If that
It's
was
flipped.
a perfect
Whoa,
square.
Stop. It's flipped. The part on the higher left is what was in the corner.
Because you
But why
flipped it
would
around.
anybody
get it.
want? You
I
could have
see
just.
that.
You could have also like broken it off. You didn't have to leave your bite mark in it.
Yeah, I understand. I get that part.
You just didn't need to take a bite out of it at all.
You didn't even
I'm not
need to
arguing
take a
the
bite.
I'm not
yeah.
arguing the bite was a.
You could have
you know.
just left it for me.
I didn't think about you. I'm sorry. I was only thinking about Landon.
And that's the problem.
This is the problem.
They were Landon's brownies.
All right, I'm going to take a note. Doesn't
If they were
think of
your-
others.
Doesn't
Listen,
think of
here's
me.
the difference. If they were your brownies, I wouldn't have taken a bite at all.
Because you would have killed him.
Yes, he will not
I
kill
don't-
me.
I don't
because
believe that.
I have backlogged dirt on him.
Okay.
You know, he's eaten enough of my shit where I can take one bite and leave him the rest.
I think next time just take the whole thing.
Just take the whole thing.
I didn't want to be greedy. You know.
So instead, he
But
sunk
now
his
no
teeth.
one's gonna eat that. 'Cause
So-
it's gonna- your teeth,
You keep saying
your
that.
teeth-
Landon is going to finish that brownie.
So is this food court or am I the asshole?
But if I don't eat it,
Oh, by the
you will
way.
finish it.
No.
Stop.
No, it wasn't good.
So the real question
I'm
is,
sorry, it wasn't
So
good.
you
We just
ate
need to
most
ask
of
the
it,
chat.
but it wasn't good. I thought they were really good.
we need to
somebody-
poll the chat. Is Berkey the asshole for leaving a quarter
Yes.
mitten?
I would.
Bitten out fucking
Is
teeth
Berkey the
marks.
it's so
asshole?
crazy.
Yes or
What
no?
teeth marks? I broke that off.
No, you did not. You fucking savage.
It's so
What
crazy.
teeth marks? I don't see anything there.
What a fucking
I'm
savage.
awesome. I'm a chlamydia specialist.
Not a brownie specialist, clearly.
I just that's clearly me. Just
Listen.
tear. It's a tear.
Listen,
It's
you
a
getting your
tear.
fingers wet?
This guy right here is going to show up at your door.
What's the
He's going to arrest your ass.
yeah? What's your verdict,
Yes.
Tortoise?
What does the turtle think?
I think.
I just want to get my fingers wet, man. You know.
I think, Burke, if you wanted to just another little piece, you could have broke it off. You could have got a butter knife.
There was a
cut
knife.
it
There was
down the
a knife
middle.
right there.
There was a
There
knife
was a
in
knife
there.
there.
Even worse. You don't
Who's
even have
to
to go to
say-
the drawer. You could just go.
It was literally there for
And
the
then take
brownie.
it.
It was
Yes.
literally like a
Brian.
small little parrot
Brian.
knife that I was like,
Brian.
why is this in
Look
here
at me.
right now?
Look at me.
It was for the
Who's
brownies.
to say I didn't tear it off?
I'm
I
here
saw
to
the
say
bite
that you didn't
marks.
tear it off. I see the evidence.
I saw the bite marks.
This is not circumstantial evidence. This is physical evidence.
I
Right
demand.
there. You took a bite out of crime.
I-
You're the crime dog right now.
McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
Don't try to make us laugh. you
I
fuck.
demand dental implants. I'm being set up here.
All right.
I'm being set up.
We'll do
This
it.
is
The crazy part
absolute
is when I
madness.
left, we both left the kitchen to go to the car at the same time.
Yeah. If I hadn't doubled
Yeah,
back,
we ran back inside and took a little bite and then left.
I didn't run back for the brownie. I ran back for something I forgot,
Well,
as I always fucking do.
You should have ate the rest of the brownie.
No.
Yes, that would have been a lot better.
Put it in the group chat, and I was
Bro,
like, "What is she talking about? Who could have taken a bite because Matt was in the car?"
I'm cutting. I can only take 80 calories.
So
In Berkey's defense,
It was a nibble.
Listen,
What's
in Berkey's defense, he is right. He never once thought about throwing anything away. Because
100%.
Because I don't live at with them, but I am here a lot, and I notice downstairs when things are need to be thrown away. Nope, that doesn't cross his mind here either.
Just ask Landon about the crust pan.
There's always empty containers everywhere. Dishes in the sink.
Well, you gotta build up a backlog before you really get after it.
Melissa said crust pan, and Landon started shaking his head no. So I want to know about the crust pan.
It's not a crust pan. It's a pancake pan.
Every time Landon's in the kitchen, it's fucking crust pan. He never cleans his crust pan.
It's a pancake pan. I clean it before I use it, and then I leave it. This is a very reasonable cycle.
The mental gymnastics you people have to
I
do.
clean it before I use it, and it's already clean, and then he leaves it, which makes it dirty.
Well, no.
Well, no, it's
always
dirty.
it's always dirty.
Until he has to use it.
It's always
again.
dirty till I have to use it again. And then I make it clean. And
What
then
if
I
someone else
dirty
wants
it
to use
again.
the pan?
It's my pan.
Fuck everyone else.
It's my pan.
No one else gets to use
No
the
one wants
pan.
that pan.
He makes it uninhabitable.
I've eaten all the Teflon off of it. Like, at this point, let me just live.
You're
know?
not going to live if you eat
You're
all
not
the
gonna
Teflon.
live.
I've done you guys
Those
the favor.
pans have been through the dishwasher so many times, like the Teflon just flakes, is just flaking everywhere.
So
we're all gonna die.
The court is being asked who made the brownies, and it was one of our friends that made them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
They were a gift.
Dun, dun,
Gifted
They were
brownies.
friends giving gift brownies.
dun, dun.
That's what we got for you guys.
what
The
we got.
poll's up. Put your answers in.
All right,
Man.
look, I won't stand for this any longer. I'm being set up. Enough's enough, guys. We have a great show for you today. We got a lot going on, as you can tell. We have an In the Muck segment, but first we have new merch.
Yes.
That's right. We have our Black Friday merch, one time only. Get it while it's hot. We have the What Is Different tee.
Wow.
Wow.
What is different?
Do I get a free one?
Yeah, of
Is
course.
that like got milk?
Yeah.
Yes, it is like Got Milk. Thank you,
Okay.
Conrad. Thank you for recognizing the
Dun dun.
the
dun.
template here.
Who's
Very
that
simple.
man?
I knew you would like. I thought maybe.
I don't like
maybe.
his bun, but
Yeah,
he's
but you'll
cute.
live with it.
I'll live with the bun.
You'll give it a
we can
pull.
cut that off.
Jesus Christ. And coming soon to the store is, of course, I'm awesome. I'm a chlamydia specialist.
It actually, I like it. I think
Stay
it's like
tuned.
poorly translated because it doesn't have it just says I'm.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
chlamydia specialist.
Oh, yeah, that is true. God, what a cheap fucking shirt.
Yeah.
It makes it better.
We also have the new In the Muck t-shirts. Those will be up in our store. We have the black and the white
He's not-
variety.
He's not my type.
This isn't you're the man bun guy.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take the man bun over
Like
this
as
guy.
a guy, objectively, I would think this guy's more attractive. Looks like an athlete.
Let me see the other guy real quick.
Jesus,
The-
that's turned into
The other guy's a little
a
brawny.
Yeah, that's daddy.
That's daddy. The tattoo.
I like him.
Oh
I
man!
like him.
Wow.
The other
Well,
one's trouble.
I think we're getting to the bottom of things here.
Mhm.
That other guy will cheat on you.
If you guys are interested in that, the link is at the top of the chat. You can also just go to academy.software.io and click the merch tab up top. You'll
Someone in
find
the chat said
everything.
it was a 40% pot. It was a range bite.
Thank you, person in the
That
chat
was like a 60%.
who understands.
No, that was a
Actual
that was a
percentages.
polarizing bite.
That was a 2E bite. You
That
could
was a 2E bite.
You could
That was
finish that. You could
absolutely
finish the
a
rest of
2E
it in
bite.
one.
3E at best.
No.
At best. There's no way I'm
No
sticking
way.
that big hard piece of crust in my mouth.
That's what she said.
That is
That
what
big
she
hard piece
said.
of crust was your river jam.
Unbelievable.
Dun dun dun.
Unbelievable. All right, let's
Range bites.
what do we got to catch up on? Okay, Kessler won a fucking tournament.
What?
How?
Oh, chainsaw.
Congrats to the chainsaw.
Is this a first?
One for the Knicks. One for the Knicks. Let's go.
Tournament? No way.
Melissa, vroom vroom.
Vroom.
Not the first tournament.
Is this
he
his
won.
first? Are you sure?
Oh,
Positive.
come on.
Come on,
First no
man.
limit
Put some respect
He's got
on
a
his
lot of
name.
rings.
He didn't win it. He
He's
didn't
been
win
around
no
for
limit.
like 60 years.
Oh, what is it?
Triple zero, I think. Spud
Oh.
or something like that.
It's not personal. It's strictly business.
That's a.
He looks
kind of
like a G.
Mhm.
Looks like he was in a t-shirt swap contest too.
Wait, what did he win?
JD.
Do we know what he won? What event
It's
it
on
was?
top. It's on top. Go look. He wrote it on the top of Guapa.
Guapo's just
No,
scrolling
just-
down the.
he
Wow,
asked-
another win.
The funny thing is, he asked for someone to Photoshop the red spots out of his head. So
He always asks people to Photoshop the,
That's too good.
and it always ends up being so fucking funny because people will like enlarge the spots.
Incredible.
it's like he
bless you,
asked
man.
for it.
That's a
He
W,
always
my G.
he's done this before, and it's always funny.
So he won the triple stud event at SHRPO.
Sure. The
Shout out to
triple
Florida.
stud. What
I'm
was
going tomorrow.
what was first in that?
7K, he said.
6 pence, none the richer.
Yeah, 6 pence.
Great.
Around
band.
7K. 7 pence.
Kiss me.
7 pence.
Oh, Jesus. Not starting that chorus.
No, I stayed silent
I
there.
held bit my tongue on that one, and he just went for it.
I don't even know
gonna
this song,
happen?
actually.
I only went one line. I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to get it
But it was
going.
like so weird. You like
He says he wasn't trying to get it going, but if we joined in, we'd all be singing
he
right
would've been
now.
so hyped.
That would have been one where I would have sat back and watched the beauty of what I had begun.
Who sings this song?
Sixpence None the Richer.
I don't know this.
It was in
song.
like every 2000s rom-com, 90s rom-com.
Facts. Every Dawson's Creek episode.
We can't play it. It'll get us demonetized.
Correct.
So
but we could sing it.
I don't know it.
No, we cannot.
Brian knows all the words.
I do, but I won't.
Oh man. Did you guys? Jesus Christ. Chlamydia specialist, guys. I don't know if you're aware. If you need to be inspected.
Oh no!
I don't really know where to go to with this one.
You went too far.
Never let bro cook again, bro.
Inspection line starting
That's
at
the line, I guess.
Now we know how that pan got all crusty.
Is chlamydia crust?
Come on, that's a reach. If I've ever heard one. It's a pan. What am I doing with the pan?
God
Yeah, what
knows.
are you doing with
You
rice?
tell us.
You tell us, specialist.
Freak.
All right.
What have we turned into?
Hustler's going dark this week, and in the
been
process, well, I don't know if that's true. They had a pretty big game Friday. They brought the app game to the studio, but in the process of going dark this week, they managed to allow Garrett to dunk on them, which I don't understand how this guy keeps putting up W's. All things considered, a year
You know
after
why?
the
It's
fact.
because he's quiet, and then he'll just come in with a
Comes in
something
hot.
controversial, and then
A
he'll
lot of
quiet again.
layups.
Yeah.
A lot of layups for Garrett, just kind of sitting back, waiting. Hustler decides to go dark this week and put up their best streams, I guess. Like, we'll air some of our most memorable shows. Of course, they just kick it off with the Jack 4.
Well,
Why wouldn't they?
obviously.
How many of the shows do you think will be Garrett free?
Oh, like 4.
Call.
1.
One.
Yeah.
I think one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The $1 Million Cash
I
Game,
mean, he's
that's
been
it?
in all. Well, I guess they'll probably play the creator game with
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
I think
right.
they'll play like more of.
So maybe
They'll play the
maybe 2
Ivy
or 3.
Dwan
Yeah.
for
The
one
one
for
that
sure.
You were on.
That's still, I think to this day, that's still their most popular stream,
So
more
that-
than Jack 4.
I think they would just try to like not put him in every single one.
Well, they led with him, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
mean,
it's Jack
at this
4.
point, do you
I mean,
care?
Jack 4.
You know.
Would you really want to run that one back?
Holy shit! That
I
was like a
remember
year
that.
ago now.
I remember that day
Over.
when we were. Someone said in the group chat like, something just happened to Hustler. Turn it on now, and it's gonna happen in 30 minutes. And then we were like, oh my god, what was it?
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
It was wild to watch it unfold.
But it's literally a slap in the face. They're just playing it laughing. Look at this.
I
Can't bleed.
don't get the I would want to move Bond. I think I'd want to stick a pin in that one,
I probably
maybe.
wouldn't want to solidify that branding.
Yeah, just keep rehashing like, hey, we're the potentially corrupt stream.
Right. Yeah.
No, not the best PR
Maybe
over there,
not.
I guess.
But it is. But any publicity is good publicity. They
Is
say.
that true?
They say.
well,
They say.
They say.
they do
did
say
say
that. They did
Well,
say
they
that.
suck.
At Lane Kiffin Visor had a pretty funny response. He said, he's not welcome on the show. The players won't play with him. We don't need him for views. All lacking a check. And then he says, use G-Man for clout anytime possible. Check. All the players who wouldn't play are nowhere to be found any longer. Check.
That's actually true.
The games are smaller now. Check. Views down across the board. Check. Run Jack 4 and advertise it. Check.
It's kind of interesting because
base
I
tweet.
feel like views are down across the board for all streams.
All streams, for sure.
And I actually am kind of excited because Game of Gold, I think, is starting a new trend of content.
Yes.
And I feel like it's sort of putting the fire to some people's asses. Like, hey, you can't just turn on a stream anymore
Like, step
and
your game up.
just expect people to make the content for you. Like,
or even worse, just run back full episodes of previous streams.
right, like you can't just turn on a camera anymore. Like the ante's up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
there's some good content now, and people are really excited about it.
You
so.
haven't been here for any of our Game of Gold wrap-ups. Do you have any thoughts on the strategies or like the way it's unfolded?
I'm a little behind, and I haven't been watching because you guys are spoilers.
We are.
So
If you ain't first, you're last.
yeah, so because I'm like, what am I supposed to watch this at 7 a.m.? Like
Heinz
you guys are fucking
57.
crazy.
Heinz 57.
I don't get the reference.
Catch up.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
That was scary.
That's not a dad
Heinz
joke.
57. I was like, is he having a episode?
He's stimming.
No, but
learning.
I think it's really interesting. My favorite part is just watching, because I think like poker is an individual thing, but within poker there's so many different little groups, and it really is sort of like a group study strategy type of game. I mean, people do find their cliques, and there's so many of them, and so I think it's cool to sort of see that dynamic in a show where they're in the war room and they're kind of sweating their teammate, and they're talking strategy, and it's a little bit more unfiltered, and I like it. I think it's really cool. I would like to see more like team, like I want us to apply for something where we're going against like some other friend group, and it's like some strategy content competition. Like
I just want to do
fun.
like the strategy behind it's so much fun. So you probably haven't watched the most recent episode yet.
No.
I mean, it's not much of a spoiler to say like the teams from the first group break up, obviously.
Yeah.
So like the team dynamic of
And
this.
I know who gets eliminated because like I'm on Twitter, so.
Okay. So you've only watched like the first couple episodes.
No, I think I'm behind one. Maybe I'm behind two now.
I think 2. 5 are out.
Yeah, there's 5.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like I think it's pretty interesting the way that they created the dynamic, in the sense that they almost have everybody convinced that it's a team competition, whereas it's a winner take all.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very interesting to watch the strategy unfold, because there's this underlying meta strategy of like, but it's winner take all. And so many people seem to be at conflict with the fact that you need to be able to advance your team in order to actually have a shot to win the whole competition. But there's a lot of area to just be selfish within the constructs of the strategy throughout each process.
Yeah.
And that's like what I find to be most fascinating, because though I don't really take that mindset to poker, and you could, and probably maybe to some degree should, because it is zero sum. And if you're not looking out for number one, then you know who is, kind of thing. But like, I don't really see it that way. I always saw like the poker environment is a lot more cooperative. If we kind of like band together to like uniformly take the highest EV, or create the highest EV environment, as opposed to the highest EV environment for
At least
me.
for cash games.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Tournaments are
Sven fests.
That's true.
Sven.
You can only ward
Hard
off
to
Sven
say.
for so long.
All the Svens can't get into private games, so they go to tournaments.
We welcome you, Sven.
But when it comes to like playing, like I'm used to kind of giving and receiving type of thing. But in this game, it really benefits you to be cutthroat, almost no matter who you are. And doing it in a underhanded way where it's not so obvious. Like, so far, Charlie, I think, has been navigating that kind of the best.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I mean, he's got the chops.
Yeah.
Like, he comes off as like...
He can play poker, but he also is a very meta guy.
Right. And he like, so far has come off as like, a rah-rah team first kind of guy. But, we've kind of seen some teases for episodes to come where I think that's going to come to a head. At some point, like, you just have to be selfish. And winning just becomes so much more critical than advancing, I guess.
It's a good show for Scorpions.
Oh yeah, Scorp Corp.
Yeah, this, like, if they had a Scorp Corp team in there, like, they would
Scorpions the
cannibalize each other, but one would come out like, on top.
The Toads don't stand a chance.
The Toads do not stand a chance.
Toads
The
are
hell are we
molding.
talking about here?
I don't think I'm Scorpion enough to win this show.
You know the fable, the Scorpion and the Toad?
I thought you guys were talking about some astrology shit.
No.
No, it's not the Scorpio.
Oh.
That's Scorpio. Yeah, you're missing a letter.
Shout out Scorpios at Scorpio season.
The fable, the Scorpion and the Toad
Why'd you point at
is...
me for Scorpio season?
The one where he goes on top of the toad, you go across the, and then he ends up stinging them and they both die.
Yes. And he says, "For it is my nature."
Yeah.
So it's just like that level of...
Nice undershirt, Charlie.
Someone called him Jesus of Bethlehem.
I know, he gave that person $100.
Charlie said, like, it's like a Reddit meme, like r/roast me.
Yeah.
But like, he basically said on Twitter with a picture, like a very scraggly beard, if someone gives me the best roast, I'll give him $100. And someone come up with that, $100.
That's a
hilarious.
snap $100. He should pay him double.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: he puts a shirt on for
Damn it.
EP5. You know, covers up a little bit.
I feel like if you start off with that look, you gotta ride it out.
Yeah, almost
That's
like
your thing now.
Yeah.
right.
You almost go shirtless for the heads up part.
Yeah, you
That's
just
your
kind of
character now. You gotta wear it out. Like no undershirts.
It's a tough.
Period.
It's a tough pool, man. It's a tough pool. It's been very enjoyable. I look forward to tomorrow. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's always fun.
I know people are so in. Like I thought people would like it, but I'm really surprised at like how well received it is. Like people are really watching it as soon as it comes out.
It comes out so often too, as a part of it.
And
I
it's
think
like people are talking about it right after it comes out.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my god,
It's something that was
I gotta watch
needed
this shit.
and wanted so bad, I think, in the poker like content
Yeah,
universe.
because the streams
right?
just
Yeah.
get
right.
repetitive
We've been
and
trying. We've
boring
been
and-
trying to figure out how to like, meld
Yeah.
the reality world with the poker world.
since
and
like the
they're kinda
beginning of
doing
this
it right
podcast.
now, so
I
yeah.
feel like we've talked about it throughout
right.
the pod. Like
Right.
how does poker become more watchable
Right,
and
and
more
if-
enjoyable?
If this becomes successful, maybe someone else does something else, another iteration.
well,
of
that's
this,
what I
another-
think is
right?
like, because the streams started and then we saw a whole onslaught of streams.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, this is like the new hot thing. So I'm wondering, like, how will Poker Go respond? Like, how will
I think when it comes to like streams like The Hustler that are consistently 5 days a week, even streams like Poker Go that they film full seasons of shows, one massive element that I think is missing that the audience is probably thirsting for is sportifying it in the sense that there's a bigger prize that they're playing for, right? So if you're going to have a comparable lineup or a similar lineup every single Friday playing certain stakes, it's not just enough any longer to see who wins and loses.
Yeah.
Like
It
we
just
need that
gets-
running tally
and
to
then it
mean
was sort
something.
of this race of who can have the highest stakes, and obviously that's
or the highest VPIP.
Yeah,
or,
and it's like not sustainable, and it also just becomes boring
right.
really quickly.
Right, like we wanted to culminate in some sort of championship cup and then start anew, you know,
Right.
take Thanksgiving week off and
like
then
this
like start
show
season
has
2.
legs because like you can get all the winners eventually in
Right.
one season, or you can do a lot of the stuff that
Right.
reality shows
You
do.
can
Exactly.
copy-
It
you
all
can
starts
copy paste
season
it.
two,
You know,
reunion,
like,
right? Yes.
all this stuff that reality shows do, and it's like
I'm here for the reunion.
I
you know,
love
yeah.
I love those reunions.
Ah,
Those
when
get
it gets spicy.
Yeah.
That's when it gets spicy.
Spicy.
That's right. Caliente.
Have you,
Caliente.
Matt, have you ever like watched Survivor?
I watched the very first season.
Wow.
I remember the lady telling the guy who won that she wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire.
Based.
And I think he was like the first openly gay guy to win a game show or something like that.
He was always naked, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
lot of
Survivor's
blurs.
changed so much too because the strategy over the years has definitely evolved.
I think his name was Richard.
Yes.
But like when something like this, you can definitely copy paste, rinse, repeat, add new mechanics, take new game shows out. Like
There's a lot of evolution
A lot
that
of
can take
stuff you
place
can do.
with the actual game
Yeah.
itself.
Mhm.
Like
go
there's
from
only so much
teams.
evolution you can do with just a plain stream, but I
Right,
feel like
right.
something like this
a
just
stream is like, oh,
do.
you have a 7 deuce game, or you have a stand up game. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh wow, like
The-
you have
people
to
that
have this certain VPIP.
Well, the other problem with streams is that they're not going to have like the budget for this is big
Yeah. It's a lot.
for Game of Gold. And the thing with stream games is if they're profiting off of it, it's all about like keeping the lights on. So just turning the cameras on, getting a product out there, and then having people consume is it's 80 to 90% of like what's going on. And then, you hope to create and innovate a little bit within the 10% that you have left over. But it's hard.
it's not to dunk on streams either. Streams are great and they have their
Yeah.
place. I think when it comes to the mainstream audience captivation, it's just not going to be through streams.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
streams were just the thing for a little bit. So it seems like they're not so much the thing anymore because viewership's sort of down across the board.
I feel like streams are more so like a community event, like poker community. People like the high stakes stuff, and then like something like this could be bigger than that.
Well,
Yeah.
we talked about this a lot, and I still think that it rings true. Character development is still the backbone of
Yes.
any single thing
and
that
that's
you're going
what
to put on
you see
YouTube.
in this because you
Right.
see them outside of just playing poker.
Correct.
You see them reacting to
You
their
see Jungle
teammates.
sleeping.
Right.
You see them talking shit about each other.
So-
Like it's like we love that.
It's still the one core element that streams largely lack. Like you got a glimpse of it here and there with like Airball kind of developing his arc and Garrett being Garrett.
You definitely saw it on high stakes poker with you. on that stream.
Yeah, but I mean, like outside of like, well, that was different. That wasn't even really a character arc. That was just a story that was happening at the moment.
Yeah, and people
right?
like who knew the context knew
right.
what was going on.
Right, and it'll be forgotten years from now. But like Airball and I think Garrett both developed an actual character through the streams. You can't really say that about many other people though.
Right.
Like even the regs, you know, even people that are memorable,
Money.
like. Not really. It was just like a forced thing, right?
Yeah, it was a little
like we're
bit
just
forced,
gonna
yeah.
call you a rabbit now because
Yeah.
that's how you identify, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool shtick, I guess. Like it gets people to remember you, but
Yeah.
it fades. It's even like Armenian Mike who had the fake joke bet.
What
right?
a
It's
legend.
Like he's remembered for that, and he's remembered for the My Life is Bleth hat and stuff like that. But like you don't know anything about him as a character.
God,
So
no.
something interesting. Poker.org just put out an article with I guess an interview with the Game of Gold producer.
Okay.
So I haven't read it yet, but it seems pretty cool to like get some
Get some insight as to like
what's gonna
where
go
they're
on.
coming from.
And
yeah.
the first like the headline it says season 2. So
Oh, there was for sure going to be a season 2.
So
Right,
I
yeah.
actually interviewed for that show, but I did
Oh.
not make it.
What happened?
Because I didn't have like any tournament wins or anything, so they
Mm.
wanted something more like prestigious.
You needed a
makes
W.
sense, Makes sense.
I don't think it does make sense actually.
Game of Gold, hit me up.
I actually think
They framed it as they didn't tell me the name or anything, but they were just like it's gonna
Yeah.
be super hyper competitive. It's gonna be in Korea. That's kind of all I
I could see a pretty strong argument for going in the other. So I get it, right? Like you don't want people that are totally unidentifiable to the audience
Yeah.
and unrelatable or like just literally can't hold their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like I don't want to say that you're the exception, but I would imagine there's a cluster of people that fall into a similar category as yours.
Yeah.
Where you're very notable in the poker space. It's clear that you have an idea of like what's going on, and socially like you're very well followed.
Mm-hmm.
So for all those reasons, I think like that is
And for those you're in.
yeah. But I mean, I think like way more of that would be helpful to the show. Like
Yeah.
it's very important to have a Jason Kuhn.
So people have the people they're rooting for.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm watching.
Have your ambassadors because they're going to be the intimidating figures that come in and appear to be the favorites and
then have
everything
the funky
else.
People, like,
But then have like 12 other people that are just like utter wild cards.
yeah,
You know, because
I definitely would have been a wild card.
right. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
You would have been
that's,
some
that's a
spicy.
given.
Spicy.
I would-
Spicy shoobs in the mix.
I would have loved to have seen you yell at Charlie Carroll the way you yell at Rudy.
What? Why?
Shut up, man!
Shut the hell up!
Put a shirt on. God.
Would have been like, whoa, your nips out. Nips out.
Yeah, it probably would have just been like 4 episodes of you roasting people and then get her out.
Yeah, then I would have got eliminated or something.
Get her out.
Hey, that's
Well,
good
no,
content.
actually,
That's
for
great
reality
content.
TV, you would stay on.
Plot armor.
Yeah,
Right?
They'd give you plot armor.
I'd be like, what do you want me to be? Villain? Like, I could do that.
We
You want
saw
me to be
Catching
the-
Kelsey.
Yeah, there is plot armor for real. If you're a villain, like, you'll be on.
We didn't really talk about this much yesterday, but and I know you haven't watched all the episodes, but do you feel like there's a real villain or hero that's emerging here?
I kind of feel like, well, from the ones I've seen, it seems like it's a little bit episode to episode.
Yeah, at best.
Yeah.
Because you know, a lot of the episodes are just play.
Yeah.
So it's tough for a villain to really emerge just through play style.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they're talking shit, I
That's
guess.
like the one thing that I sort of wish. I sort of wish that they did have like some more wild cards and then had some. I don't know what type of competition, but maybe something else that could develop the characters a bit more. That wasn't just poker, but another form of competition.
What I was saying to Brian is, if I were in charge of this, I would flip the actual template of the show on its head. So right now it's like 20% metagame strategy to get to the finals and 80% playing poker.
Yeah.
I would do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I would like barely.
And put them all in a house together.
Yes, right.
Ooh, yeah,
right.
that
So
would
you,
be good.
so you
That's
have
right.
them all.
Right.
You have them all in similar territories, and then what ends up happening is you make micro challenges where not everyone's playing poker. So it's not about 16 people competing in poker anymore. It's about them doing things to avoid playing poker.
Right.
So that the people who are playing
Yes.
poker are like up for elimination,
Yes.
Right.
up for
Yes.
judgment,
I like that.
immunity, things along those lines.
Even doing something
Yes.
like like werewolf, or I don't know, some type.
Oh, that'd be really
like
yeah.
things that would be interesting to see poker players
That's
do.
so sharp. Like when we were talking about like
lie detector,
what the show needs is far less poker and more like just games within the game. If you had like an immunity challenge that was werewolf,
Yeah, or the like. Remember Nikki had us do the cupcake roulette, or having that do it with like the water and the vinegar or something. Poker face challenge.
yeah,
Where you have to like maintain a poker.
yeah. Werewolf, I think, is a really great one because you have an asymmetry here in team size, right? So I think it's 3 villagers for every werewolf.
Yeah.
So if there's 16 people, call it 5 werewolves, 11 villagers. Or no, I'm doing that math wrong. 4 werewolves and 12 villagers. Yeah. So now you could basically create it as like an immunity challenge, and whichever of those 2 teams win are immune from elimination.
Right.
And then whichever one loses has to play for whatever, and that's where you get your poker from, or the inverse, something along those lines. But
I like that a lot.
I think there's a lot to do because there's so many.
I definitely would have put them all in the same house because that's where all the drama.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I get
where
it.
all the drama comes out.
That's one of the
Scandal.
things.
You got to take it. You got to take it one step further. They all have to have king size beds.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was about to say.
They
Well,
have
like,
to
egg
pair
beds.
up.
That is one of the.
Yeah.
It's like Love Island.
It's Love Island plus poker.
It is one of the reasons that like the show I brought it up a bunch of times, but like the challenge. That's why the show's so good because they do that. They put them all in a house, right? They give them as much alcohol as they want to drink, and then
because that's where you decide
chaos
who you want to
ensues.
root for once the
Right.
competition part
That's
comes
where the
up.
fights
So you're like,
happen.
okay, I like
Catty.
this as this person
Right.
as personality. I want to see them win this challenge.
Right, and also if when they're in close quarters like that and they're always like interacting with each other, that's where alliances develop. That's where fights
Yes.
happen. That's where all
It would
these
be a lot
different
easier
things
to.
can-
It would be
can
a lot easier, I
develop.
think, to develop sympathy for Kaina too. Like if her character was kind of a part of the social circle,
Yep.
and she kind of like gets portrayed as an underdog because like right now that's what they're painting.
Yeah.
But it's literally just through the draft.
Right.
Yes. It's like, oh, I was last picked. It's like, yeah, that's not enough to make me feel bad for you.
Right.
Like everybody's been last picked at some point in something in
We
their
got
life.
a hero sob story or something.
Yeah. I need to see
see you
something.
cry.
I grew up
Yeah.
in Yemen. I was just make something up, man.
Yeah.
Wow. They say, okay, so they come to you and they say, hey, we want you in the show, but we need a sob story. What's your
I
go-to?
have plenty of real sob stories. I don't think I need to make one up.
I rescued this idiot dog that never stopped
Oh
barking.
no, that's the
was
highlight of my life.
That's a success
That
story.
was a
Sure.
success story
Sure.
for real.
Now she's putting them in the fucking group chat.
Uh huh.
We have to adopt Kona.
No more dogs.
Oh yes. Can
No
we
more
get a
dogs
dog?
till Rudy dies.
Hey, what makes you think Rudy's gonna die first?
Because he's too high. He's gonna die of a heart attack.
What?
His
Gatsby can
hypertension.
barely walk.
Gatsby's fine.
He's not.
He's a
His
happy boy.
ass is
Gatsby's a
rotting
good
out of his
boy.
fucking body.
We have to
Happy
make
boy.
live odds.
Happy
Gatsby
boy.
minus
So we have a
200.
death
Rudy
pool for our dogs?
plus 125.
So fucked up.
Guys are-
I mean, Rudy's more likely to like run away and get hit by a car or
No,
something.
he doesn't run away.
He doesn't run away. Every time he barks at the fucking front door and I open the door, I say, okay, Rudy, go.
He just stands there.
There's the door.
just stands
He just stands there. Like, oh, okay, you doubling back
You
on
guys,
this?
do we need to bring Rudy back for Rudy Court again? Like he's getting shit on my
Bring back the
son.
thumbnail.
I will not
Dum.
stand for this for my son.
Is Rudy a demon?
Rudy came on the pod. He was an absolute angel. Everyone loved him.
Phillips
and
did
didn't
say he's an
understand
angel.
I
why
don't remember
you
him
guys
being an
hate-
angel. I got to tell you,
He was, and you were being the snow miser.
ice miser,
Ice miser.
heat miser. All right, let's get to and in the muck today. We have a community submission. This is from nope, that's not it. THRENEC. I almost said the Renick, but I don't know. Threnick, maybe.
That's
Rennick.
we'll find
Whatever.
out.
His real name's Renee. That's all I know. Anyway,
All right.
the hand goes as follows. Ooh, that got small on my screen. Hold on a sec. Okay. Live $1, $2, $300 cap. The main villain here is a dealer who's playing after an all-night shift. She's very good at reading boards, but is not playing sophisticated strats so far. Hero has aces in the hijack. Early position opens to 15. Middle position 3 bets to 60. My God, these sizes. Hero cold 4 bets to 120. Are we not all in? The button then calls all in for less at $65. Middle position, who 3 bet to 60, calls with about 300 behind. So going to the flop, we are going to have $320 in the pot with about $300 behind. The villain tends to bluff. These are the reads. The villain tends to bluff when given rope. So,
Like that.
oh yeah, he's just explaining his 3-bet size. Doesn't really matter. Okay.
So wait, his min.
Yeah, he 3-bet to 160 or to 120
60
over
to
60.
120,
Yeah.
Okay.
And he basically said, like, I wanted to give her rope to bluff, yada, yada, yada. But honestly, it's probably just good anyway, considering how huge the sizes are at this point.
Yeah, when it's that big of it's a 4x 3-bet. Like,
Right.
We have aces, right?
Yeah, we have aces. He lists the pot size wrong. He said 195, but I don't see how that's possible when he made it 120 and got called. That's 240. Plus the 65 is 305, plus the 15, which is 320. Okay, so there should be 320 in the pot, and they should be about 300 effective. Board comes Queen 7-5, 2 hearts. He has the ace. No, he does not have the ace of hearts. Okay. She leads 100. He just calls. Won't go into his explanation. Doesn't really matter. Turn, 10 of diamonds. Now they should be 200 effective with 400 in the pot. Check, check.
It's Queen 7-5, 10 of diamonds.
Yeah, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts now.
Okay.
Queen 7-5, 10, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Check, check. He says, I'm now behind Queen 10 and 10s, but I'm not too worried about it. River, Queen of diamonds, completing the backdoor flush. Worst card in the deck for me. Villain now tanks. He says she has about 250 left, but that shouldn't be accurate. It should be about 200. Anyway, after a long tank, she cuts out $85 and barely slides it forward. She does it so softly, the dealer doesn't recognize it as a bet until he asks. She has 0 bluffs, obviously, and I'm getting 1,000,000 to 1. I hate life, and I muck face up. She then tables kings, scoops, and I puke all over the floor. I guess she just knew she couldn't call a bet and panic blocked so she wouldn't have to check fold.
Yeah, this is the muck.
This is the muck.
This is what we live for this.
This sounds like a Jewel of the South hand.
Yeah.
Why don't you walk us through?
Okay, so this definitely sounds like a Jewel of the South kind of hand where you're in this situation where they're so sometimes they're just like so tight, and sometimes they bluff too much. You don't know where to exploit, and you end up kind of leveling yourself, I think. And you get in a situation where, right, they bet very small in the river, you're getting infinite, and you have aces. I find myself in these situations, and I'm just like, okay, you know what, whatever. If she has a queen, she has a queen. I call.
Yeah.
I just pay here all the time.
What is it about small stakes, no limit hold'em, where the players want to overcomplicate the game terribly, but more specifically, the reasoning behind overcomplicating the game.
It's always like a
They have no
personal.
bluffs.
They don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Why doesn't anyone want to pay at small stakes?
Because you just
People really,
playing
they
small stakes, man. You don't
people
want
don't want to
nobody wants
pay.
to pay
They don't
off.
want to be wrong, and a lot of times, especially with like the face up fold, like I've done this before too,
Yeah.
where it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
It's what holds them back from
It's
playing
an ego
higher.
thing.
most
Sometimes,
likely.
a lot of times, the game could be bad, and the games are tight, and then you're like, well, if I don't want to like make bad river calls because it's gonna be so hard to get the money back. I mean, I'm not saying that's
Well, and
what's
they're
happening.
like, oh,
That's
they're
right.
like the
Right.
size are milk. They're trying to milk me. Like fuck you.
Let me ask you guys a question.
When they say 0 bluffs, hold on. When that's the thing. It's like you're like, she has 0 bluffs, obviously.
She has a shitload of value.
But a lot of worse value.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised sometimes what they show up with.
Also, like people,
Right.
the 0 bluffs, like people don't know how to polarize correctly, so they're gonna turn like random middle of range into bluff sometimes. Like you're just gonna see, it's like
Yeah.
this whole 0 bluffs. Like you have to be
Right.
sure that they know how to polarize, so they're either bluffing or not. But like a lot of times they don't, so then they're turning middle or top middle or whatever part of range into like a weird mergy bluff thing,
Yeah.
and you just are getting infinite odds, so you just call.
Just call.
Yeah, so let me ask you guys a question. When you hero fold, what is your confidence generally?
Like 90 plus.
Okay. That's
Like if I'm making like like the one where I won't say who it was, but she limp, I raised, she raised over that like massive, and then blind all in on a flop. Like she just went, I'm all in before the flop came out. Like
aces.
It's aces. I
aces.
folded king's face up, and she had aces.
It's aces.
So it's like stuff like that where there's certain lines, especially that line, because I have seen that line before with aces, like with the blind all in, where like I'm just pretty sure it's always aces. So I
guess what I'm trying to arrive at.
Pile.
Yeah, the blind pile for like 6x pot.
That's a really good example of like where you probably have enough vision to have 100% confidence. You know, you're just able to kind of know that it's a range of one hand.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm actually trying to ask is, how often do you find yourself in a situation facing a bet where your instinct is to fold, and your confidence is near 100%?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Like
for
on
it
a
to be that.
river.
Yeah.
Right. And now when you're getting 5-1, it's like
Well,
you don't need to be very confident.
That's why I was asking.
Right. I knew you were getting at, but like you don't need to be very
because you have to be so confident to
right.
fold.
You're getting
that.
like when they bet a fifth of the pot. Now it's like, okay, you only need 15% confidence to make this call.
Correct. Do you know how many times I put money in the middle knowing that it's not coming back?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like sometimes you just have to pay.
Not knowing that it's most likely not coming back.
When I say knowing, I mean knowing within the degree of confidence that my brain will allow me to have this knowledge.
The best one of your recent hand histories that display this is the 7 deuce versus king queen, where you were playing the 7 deuce game and it's like it was king 7 deuce, break turn, whatever, and the river comes king, and you just had to pay off for like quarter pot or something.
Dude, there was the one time you didn't fucking pay, you torched it.
I torched it.
You fucking torched it. You fucking made an ace on the river with a flush draw, and you fucking folded to 7 deuce.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I was getting like 9-1 on a call for a 50K pot. I had to call like $5,000 or $6,000, something like that.
He could have value bet worse.
He definitely couldn't value bet worse, but
you sound bitter.
I was just,
for the story, he might have.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, well, it's impossible for you to have a bluff here. And I was wrong. He had the same flush draw as me, only 7 deuce high. So not only did I lose the pot, I had to pay him $300.
On top of all that, all right, say you're 15% sure or whatever. That's just an estimate. You don't even know how can you tell how accurate your estimate really is?
So the reason I asked the question is basically twofold. One, I think it exemplifies that people just don't think probabilistically, right? And they believe their own narratives to such a high degree that they make ridiculous pot odd errors, right?
Yeah.
When somebody bets $85 on the river into $350 or $400 or whatever the case may be at this point,
and you have aces,
and forget aces, like you just have to be calling with so much of your range,
right?
Even if you recognize that they're under bluffing, right? You get to call less when they're under bluffing, but you don't get to fold the top.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said like with aces, because you're not at the bottom of your range,
Correct.
right? You're pretty high up in your range already. So it's like you're getting ridiculous price and you're high up in your range. Right. Like you said, don't complicate things. That's just a call.
It's just a huge like math error.
Right. And the second thing
emotional.
That was what I was going to say. The second thing I think that presents is that this is a clear display of emotional ego overtaking logical, rational thought process. Yeah. First of all, the hand is way more complicated than it needs to be. We could be all in on any of the streets. To go check on turn, check back on turn is insane. Like, what are we considering queen 10 and 10s for? This is a 4-bet pot. Who gives a shit?
And he did say like, "Oh, I'm not really worried about that."
No, but there are 2 flush draws out there.
Right, exactly. Right. Just put it in on the turn, and
it seems
maybe
like
they call with like.
It seems like some fear stuff. Like obviously the check back on turn is like fear check.
It has to be.
Wait,
and then
we didn't bet flop either, right?
No, we just called, which is fine. But like we could also just jam for like 3/4 pot.
Yeah. But it's like fear and then sort of like ego. I
listen. I understand.
It's a lot of ego.
Guapo knows too, because he understands. Like he plays these games and he understands that feeling. That
100%.
feeling you have of like they just don't bluff. They just never bluff. And now they're just betting, and I'm just throwing money away. Like you feel like
that feeling. That feeling is completely from not understanding what their range looks like, though. Right? Because Queen of diamonds comes on the river. That completes a backdoor flush and pairs top pair. He says worst card in the deck. How is that the worst card in the deck?
Right.
What queen was she leading on the flop?
Right.
In a 4-bet pot into the 4-better? Number one.
Right.
That now checks
So you
the
think
turn.
it's like
That now checks the turn.
queens?
Yes.
Like,
Right. Number two, what diamonds is she ever leading on queen 7-4?
Right.
When the queen is the non-diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it hits the river,
Yeah.
right? Like you block ace queen, there are no combos left of ace queen suited, none,
Yeah.
because you have the other two aces,
And they would
Right.
mostly just barrel the turn anyways.
right?
They've
And
got a
they're-
queen.
right? And like what diamond draw, whatever, like what ace king of diamonds is gonna bet the flop and then turn the 10 of diamonds, giving him a combo draw and check.
check.
Right.
So there are literally no diamonds in this person's range. There's probably 0 queen X in this person's range. You literally, the only reason to check back the turn is to trap kings. Is just to like make sure that kings doesn't somehow find a fold thinking that you have a set of 10s or queens.
Right.
Even jacks.
Yeah, or maybe jacks, I guess.
Just put
And I know I'm saying this like kind of through frustration, but I'm actually not frustrated. It's more so that I'm fascinated at the way the human mind will go down a dark path when you allow it to.
Mm-hmm.
The hand started from, I was doing things to induce other things. Those other things didn't happen, and now there's a flop, and I'm lost.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? It was like I had aces, and I was
had
trying to
this
get all the money
plan
in.
of how this was gonna go. and
All
it
the money
didn't
was going to
that
go
way.
in pre, and it just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well, now there's a
Abort.
flop, and they could have queens.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, then you kind of like, your heart rate's up. You're
Right.
kind of you're
You're lost.
mentally scrambled a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't like picture their range.
Things go white.
Then you're just like, I just trying to survive here.
Yeah.
I
It's true.
blacked out and they don't have bluffs, so I'm folding.
Right.
This happens to
yeah.
me. This happens to me all the time. Super deep. We'll be 1,000 big blinds deep and playing a 4-bet pot, and I'm just like, I'll go white
Yeah.
through the eyes where it's like, fuck.
What happens
suddenly
to me
lost
is
my
I'm
strategy.
like, how much is in the pot again? Oh,
How
fuck.
could this happen to me?
The easiest thing that I've come to find myself correct my brain immediately is just knowing the 3 and 2E strategy when you're playing 4 and 5-bet pots.
Yeah.
Because
Like
you
reorient yourself. Like SPR is this.
yeah, and you almost have no need for other sizings.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you're so polarized by the time you arrive at a point of playing 4 or 5-bet pots that it's just like, okay, what's the polar strat? It's going to be geosizing. So just figure out what the fuck is in the pot and figure out how to break that down over 2 or 3
easier
streets.
said than done
Just
sometimes.
start counting.
Right, just start counting. You have time.
So pre was this and
I do this in MTTs all the time after opening once. I min raise and I know that there's 5.5 big blinds, but I still do it.
It's
Yeah.
like a weird
Like
thing.
carry the 2, subtract the
I know,
7. I
I
bet less than what I can even bet.
You just see Zach Galifianakis on screen.
I literally
Yeah.
turned into the math lady.
I call
I'm
it the
like,
Matrix.
what the fuck's going on?
You bet less than you can actually afford to bet.
I want to see Melissa just like stim one day where she's in a 4-bet pot in cash and they're like 300 blinds behind and she just stands up and goes, yes!
Like, oh my god, can I use a calculator? Like, I don't know what the what did you bet pre? Like, okay, it looks like it's like 300. Let's
Bring a
just go with
calculator
that.
with
and then I
usage.
end up like messing up my
You
bet
tell 'em
size because
you're
it's
saying,
totally
like,
wrong.
can you spread the pot?
I
Can you
never
spread
say that. No,
me either,
I
right?
just well, because I'm counting like as it's
Yeah.
going, but then sometimes I just black out a little bit, and I'm like, I've lost count.
Okay, would you consider bringing a calculator with you to a table RTA?
No.
No.
Like
No.
if someone brought a calculator and someone 4-bet to 5K and then like you had like,
I
okay,
thought
and you have 11 and you look at the calculator and see
I wouldn't
11,000.
do it.
Calculations on a
I wouldn't do it,
I
but
feel
I
like
think
it was
it's
the
fun.
main event. This kid had his calculator on his phone the whole
I do it for
fucking
big blinds.
time trying to
Really?
figure out how many big blinds
Yeah.
he had.
Honestly,
I
honestly,
was
they
dying.
should stop giving fucking card protectors and shit like that. They should give everybody a little pocket calculator. in the main
Yeah,
event.
please.
When you start playing like 500K, 1 million big, actually that one's easy.
No, it's
Yeah.
like
It's
it's
like-
like 1.2
Yeah.
million. Like,
Yeah.
you can-
Yeah.
600K, 1.2 million
12,
big
24,
blind.
36, or it's like, oh my god, I can't do this.
The amount of times I'm off by a factor of 10 is embarrassing. Like I just opened fucking 25 big
like,
blinds
get rid
because
of
I'm
big
like,
blind
oh.
1200. Like, fuck, dude, I don't know my times tables of 12.
It was like, no,
That's
honestly,
brutal.
another little humble brag, but when I was deep in the Colossus, no, because the blinds were so fucking big. It were literally like
Well, so many chips.
they
in
were
that
like
too.
like in the millions.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh wait, how many? wait, I
Or
have
16.
Yeah, I'm like, do I have 60 million? Or
What are we
I'm
doing, Guapo?
Yeah, what-
literally looking at I was like, do I have 60 million in front of me, or do I have 6 million in front of me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It gets confusing.
Right,
It's so
yeah.
confusing. Like,
Because then you see bet and
honestly,
get called.
part of the reason why I hate
Yeah.
tournaments is because I don't like calculating how many big blinds I have in
Online
like
is nice.
every hand.
You
yes.
click the little button, says
Online
how
is
many
great.
big blinds you have.
And the online though, it's like I'm so fucking lazy with online that I just go, okay, this is 2 clicks of this. Like I'm like, I don't even think of the number. I just think of like, okay, 2 clicks left, 2 clicks right.
One mouse wheel, one
Yeah,
mouse
one
wheel.
mouse wheel, one mouse wheel. Like it's all muscle memory in terms
Yeah.
of how many clicks it is, and it's nothing to do with the number, which doesn't really help the,
The preset buttons,
mental
quarter
math.
pot.
Yeah,
75%.
quarter pot plus.
Yeah.
So final thoughts here for Renee. What advice would you guys who maybe climb your way out of the muck every now and again would have for him?
Punt a little bit. If you
Yeah.
punt a little bit, you'll be
If
able
you're
to.
not sure, just think of the pot odds.
Yeah. Think of the pot odds.
It'll
Think of where you
it's
are in
it's
your
a bit
range.
sobering and grounding
Right.
because you're like, okay, well,
Mhm.
realistically, I need this percentage. That's kind of trivial. Like call.
I think that's
Yeah.
the big issue is holding yourself to a standard that is not achievable and fundamentally incorrect rooted in math.
Yeah,
It's like, I know I can make the correct decision in every single moment, and then trying to operate on that premise.
I would double down on that. I would say slow down, understand that you don't check aces very often in 4-bet pots, and then more importantly, like reconfigure the way that you think about things. It's not wrong to call with aces and be shown a better hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like people
Not getting
believe,
5-1 on the river, right? Too.
right.
It's like that's on top of it.
even if it was like an overbet jam, like it's still not quote unquote wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
wrong is finding a hand that is negative EV to put chips in the middle
Yeah.
and doing so.
Yeah.
A lot of times, right means losing.
Correct.
Yes.
That's the biggest reframe that everybody in the muck can
Bingo.
handle is
But
that
you learn that from training the trainer a lot. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, well, I lose here.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to call. Like
Right.
I'm supposed to put money in here, and then you see that they have the losing hand, and then it goes correct,
Right.
and that like sort of rewires your brain a little bit.
yeah, Galfon bucks are real, and though it doesn't actually spend very well during Christmas, it's very important
Sklansky
to.
bucks or Galfon
Yeah,
bucks?
We're changing it.
Yeah, we've
Just
changed it. Okay,
Sklansky.
Sklansky's canceled.
Okay.
I saw
we
him
canceled him.
wandering around the South
jewel.
Point.
Was he trolling for puss?
He was
Trolling for pubes.
he was like looking
Anyone
around
got
every
any pubes
table,
for me?
trying to find
Yeah.
one more Sklansky
Who's
buck.
got a bush here?
Any ladies not shaved?
Jesus.
Probably a lot in that room.
Oh no.
Oh man, what a great segue into our final segment of the day. I don't know what this is about, so I'm gonna
scared.
let you take it over.
Well, I think since Thanksgiving is coming, I thought maybe we'd just do some friend stuff.
Is this weird news?
Also,
no, it's not weird news.
While you load this, I want to
I'm
say to
loading up
everyone
some
in the chat,
questions.
I want to say to everyone in the chat, you are not my friends. The 79% of you that voted that I'm guilty, okay? To the 21% of you that got my back, you're the real ones. All right? You're the real ones. You've been here from day one. I recognize each and every one of you. The other 79, you can all go fly a kite.
I thought it was gonna go somewhere else.
Well,
Okay,
I'm keeping it
so
tame.
let's
It's
see.
the holidays.
Let's do this question. Okay, so this is from like a deck called We're Not Really Strangers. It's just like questions that you ask your friends to get to know each other a little better.
My sister loves
This is
this game,
dangerous.
obviously.
This is we're living on the
Yeah,
edge
this is
here.
bad.
So this is kind of a nice one for Thanksgiving. It's a little nostalgic. Is there a feeling you miss?
I miss Turkey Bowl.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be about Thanksgiving.
No, that,
just
but
in
yeah,
general.
but that's a feeling.
Is there a
like your
feeling
childlike
you
sense of
miss?
wonder.
Yeah, there you go, Landon. My childlike sense of wonder.
Your
You
curmudgeon.
never lost
You know
that.
what I miss is when you find out your school is canceled for the day.
That was good.
Wasn't
yeah.
that a good
That was a
feeling?
good sled
Oh.
day.
Why? School is always canceled now.
I know, but it's like I know, but like, that's why I don't have the feeling anymore.
Is
'cause
this
I never
is
had
this what you miss about your childhood, or is what you miss about
Anything.
specifically
just a
like-
feeling, an emotion,
for Thanksgiving?
Anything.
anything.
Anything, just in your life as
No
a whole.
category,
Oh.
Tortoise.
Like for me, like in
No-
high
no
school, no offenses. When there was formal days at high school, I just would not show up. I get to
you
dress up
miss
in a.
that,
I miss not going to school.
but that's
Like
It's not a feeling.
It's a good feeling. I felt
You
like
just are saying you skipped school.
I skipped school because of the feeling that I got when I heard it was a formal
Oh, and
day.
why were you allowed to skip school when it was a
I
formal
wasn't
day?
technically allowed to. I just did it because I didn't have the uniform.
This
and then I
was
was
like 4 years ago for Landon.
Also, that's anxiety
That's
you
not a
were
feeling.
feeling.
No,
Yes.
This is
yes.
like doesn't sound like a pleasant feeling.
it was a good one. I didn't go to
Okay.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't go to school because of
because you didn't have
Because of the
uniform.
anxiety.
yeah, you were anxious about dressing up.
I just didn't want to go to school when I didn't have to when it was a formal day. To me, it was like a day off.
Seems sus. I miss having crushes. I don't think I've had
I
a
was
crush in
thinking
like
that you were
20
gonna
years.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's because of Vegas.
yeah. Vegas ruins you. My last crush might have been like Katie Holmes.
Here, you guys.
I miss hanging out with my mama.
Aww.
That's what I miss.
Yeah.
That was wholesome.
That was
Yeah.
wholesome.
I miss
top
seeing
that.
Conrad in that black and gold.
You see
Disgusting.
him
God,
in there right now?
Burn that image forever.
Okay.
So your crushless, your childlike sense of wonderless.
he needs to find a child crush.
Jesus.
He set you up for failure.
I know. All right.
Bad friend.
What title would you give this chapter in your life?
What era are you in?
What era
My
are you in?
Taylor Swift era.
The Eras tour.
Down bad.
Down bad turtle era.
Out of my mind.
Yeah. I feel like mine would be Journey to Alone Catwoman.
Era.
Journey to
This is
Forever
the
Alone.
pre-glow up. You just you can't see that far ahead.
I know.
Yet.
I feel that because like what there's only up from here, like in terms of that section of my life.
Yeah.
I think.
This is like my adult era. I'm actually like finally
grown up.
feel like I'm grown up and I'm an actual adult.
Yeah, I think I'm withered.
This is your withered era.
Withered, weathered, one
I
or
don't
the
think
other.
you're withered yet.
I don't know. I'm pretty withered.
Well, yeah, but that's like a given being a poker player.
Yeah.
But as a poker player, I don't think you're withered
He's
yet.
in his chlamydia era.
You're in
Yeah,
your
I'm
chlamydia
definitely in my
era.
chlamydia specialist era.
Oh man.
Okay, and this is a good one to finish on. What has been your happiest memory this past year?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Mine's pretty easy.
what?
Smashing Airball's
Yeah.
face.
Mhm.
That was nice.
It's not about the rice. It's so
there,
good.
There were
Brian.
so many dubs during that small time frame.
Yeah, that
I
was
almost
like
wish I would have stretched it out a
that was a
little
big
longer.
moment for you.
That was fun.
It was
Yeah.
so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. I forget how competitive I am and how enjoyable it is to just fucking mash.
You have to have
Yeah.
someone else call you a scammer that you can play heads up.
Yeah, but he has to be really bad at
Just
poker.
be really bad at poker.
That's an important
It's honestly like
qualifier.
such a like you're just such a luck box that situation even happened.
Yeah. You know, it's where luck and preparation meet.
Yeah, it really is.
Just get on a mic every day for a year and a half, and then eventually some asshole comes out of the blue to give you $1 million.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
That's why we keep showing up.
That really is the template for the show. I mean, God bless. Who's next?
Who wants,
Yo, Nike, if you're out there.
who
You
wants
did call
smoke?
Mickey a creature.
Not like that.
Oh.
Positively.
Yes. Positive creature.
I really think it's not about the rice is up there for me.
When
Not
you
about
got
the
yelled
rice.
at?
When you got yelled at
That
by
was your
Berkey.
favorite memory?
I mean, the getting yelled at wasn't
Yeah.
the favorite memory, but like
There was,
living.
it was literally about the rice.
It was unbelievable. For backstory, it was the
Right.
last rice in the house, which I knew could be replaceable the morning of. And knowing that I was going to replace it, he wanted to pick a fight anyways,
Wait.
thinking I wasn't going to replace the last of it.
Here's the thing. We were in Florida. I was meal prepping. I went to make my food for the next day
Right.
to play the tournament.
And it wasn't there.
There was no rice.
And he flipped out.
Fucking liar. There was rice.
And Berkey screaming at Landon, "You always do this, blah blah blah, all this stuff." And then Landon's going back,
Inconsiderate trash dumpster.
right?
Where the
and it was
fuck
like,
was I?
listen,
Who
they
knows?
were screaming at each other, and then Berkey just stomps off and runs upstairs, and Michelle just looks over at Landon. She goes, "It's not about the rice."
So good. You were crying.
That's true.
hilarious.
It wasn't about the rice.
I don't know what you guys are really fighting about, but it's not about the rice.
All I know is I lost a bet that following morning.
Right. And so then so then Guapo comes down and he's like let's bet. Do you think when Berkey comes down, do you think he will, make up and give Landon a hug and make up?
Of course not.
And he's like, absolutely not. He was not. And I go, absolutely. Berkey will give him a hug and they'll move on with their lives.
It's like I've never seen you guys hug.
And Berkey gave him a hug, and they made up, and they moved on. Yes.
Wow, I would have been on Guapo.
I know Berkey well enough to know that.
And there was rice for him the day he wanted to prep.
He got his rice.
He got his rice.
Even though it wasn't about the rice.
It was about the rice. Motherfucker.
But then Guapo also lost. No, you tried to bet me on. He tried to. Man, Bahamas trip. It was Florida Bahamas trip. It was so good.
Yeah.
He tried to bet me on asking Michelle to do like a double bicep. Just like a flex.
That's so good.
And
that was
he
funny.
wanted to bet me that she wouldn't break 45 for the flex. And I'm like,
So the meme behind this is that if you just ask random girls to flex their arms, like if you ask a random guy, generally like
They'll usually
they'll go like
girls will
that.
usually
he gets to
go
like
for
not
this.
but girls always like come up.
No.
No, the girls go like this.
They go like
Oh
this.
yeah,
They go like this.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
they
They
don't
go
break
really low.
90.
My
They don't
brother
break
had to
90.
teach me when I was 16
Right.
how to flex. You gotta break
right.
90.
Yeah.
They're like, so Guapo kept trying to get me to bet that Michelle would not break 90. I'm like, of course she's not.
Right.
So we don't make it the bet, but then we come back from like the Planet Fitness over there for UFit or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then we asked Michelle, like, Michelle, can you flex for us? And she goes,
I know.
You're not gonna be
That's
worried
the
about that easily.
natural. Even though we see people flex,
smashed
it's
that
always
bet.
like the natural this. But
It's, you're just trying to make yourself bigger, you know?
Oh, look at that. Alpha J is in the building. Daddy's
Muscle mommy's got that
daddy
gas.
just you guys want a piece of this gas, bitch? Alpha J just got back from the. Oh my god, he texted me the other day.
Christ. How'd that go?
I didn't answer.
But for the content.
I should answer for the content.
Yeah.
Because at least he's not like trying to kill me.
if you're
That's
ever
true.
out there one day, you might just get added to a group chat to vet.
You should.
Yeah, so like, I think I'm gonna start doing that
I think
because
it's a great idea.
I need more vetting.
Right, yeah,
Clearly,
it's-
I need more. So I like context. I went on a date over the weekend. It was like traumatic because he like literally told me he was gonna kill me. So, but yeah, and like
Moving on.
like multiple times and acted it out and put a finger gun to my head. So that was really cool.
So that doesn't go into your best moments of the year.
No, that is definitely one of the worst moments
make
of the
sure.
year. I actually thought I was gonna die. That was pretty scary.
Get the heart flowing. Blood flowing.
Yeah, it's something. I feel like it's, something's always gonna happen, and then I kind of like recover from it, and I come back better. So this is
like
the
a
thing.
phoenix, she will
This
rise.
is the thing currently. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start adding guys to the group chat before I go on a date with them.
So it's really sharp. If they can last one day in our group chat,
Based autists.
where they have a minimum requirement of at least 5 responses, and they're not completely appalled,
Yeah,
they got a shot.
I think that's good.
And
Yeah,
they
they
have
got a
to, but
shot.
they have to also be funny. They need to get some laugh reacts.
Well, that's for us to judge.
Can we-
you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Never-
saying. They
Can we never repeat the chat name again?
Based autists.
it's the based autists versus the cringe normies. This is
I
where it began.
am on cringe normie
It was me, Nikki, and
before
Melissa
everybody comes out canceling.
versus Brian,
What's wrong with
Matt,
autist?
and Guapo.
I
Is that
muted
a
that
slur?
chat so long ago.
Yeah, that's
I know
why you're
you
cringe.
never come in.
Yeah,
It's so rude.
he muted it whenever he tried to tell us Dawning of the Age of Aquarius.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Dawn of
So-
the Age of the Aquarius.
As soon as we put those videos in the chat, he was out.
Yeah, the only way Melissa ever gets him to
Way
do anything
before
is when he put a grilling meme.
I know. I just tag him in grilling memes, and then he comes back in and goes LOL, and then we don't hear from him.
But he beats it.
The only time I read is if I get tagged in it.
Yeah.
I feel like if Michelle ever
tagging
wants
you in every
drama, you should
message.
just give her access to the
Listen,
phone.
guys.
We should tag Lamanna in every.
We should put
We're
Michelle
gonna
in
tag.
the chat.
Yeah,
every-
we're gonna start tagging Lamanna in every message.
Like I
think.
checked this yesterday, and then maybe even this morning, but now there's 382 unread messages.
Pretty
That's
based.
we have a
Yeah.
lot to say.
Yeah. Mama Joe just goes
She's
on these
typing
like.
right now.
She's really talkative in there.
Mama Joe
she
is
said-
fucking nuts.
Okay, here's the last thing she said. She said,
Wow, insight to the group
jamming
chat.
River in a 3-bet game after.
You can't even say it.
She's just
Because
sending
it's a Biden
memes.
meme.
It's a Biden meme.
We love
with
Biden memes
with his
in,
with
in
his
our group
cake and the
chat.
fire and.
I'll repeat one Mama Joe phrase and then we can wrap the show. I woke up to this morning. And she goes, she quote tweets herself where earlier in the night she said, LMAO, Nit telling me I should have bet smaller, so he would have called SMD Nit. So she she quote tweets that, and she goes, "I would like it to be known I overbet Jammed River for 400 and got called by another player. Suck on my booty hole, you Nick. Hate them all for real."
Last one. I would like to express a moment of gratitude towards Regs who know to flap my open to let the fish in behind. God bless you.
This goes on all
It's just
day
like
long.
it'll be like walls of her
Yeah.
internal monologues.
Yeah,
She's
really
the best.
between like midnight and 3 a.m. is
Yeah.
when it gets juicy. All right, that's a little insight to what we do with our day. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Don't forget that we do have that Black Friday merch deal going on. We also have the yearly subscription for solve4y.io Black Friday sale. Save $100. Use Black Friday 23 at sign up. And finally, if you're interested in attending the Academy, if you sign up before December 15th, you'll save $500. Next one is January 15th to the 17th. We have another one in March and then 2 in May, including an MTT Academy. Go ahead and check that out at academy.solve4y.io. That's going to do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow noon. It's our final show of the week as we take a small Thanksgiving break. Don't worry, we're not going to replay our favorite episodes for you. You can just go back and watch them on catalog. Matt Hunt will be joining us, though. We're going to have a strat chat. We're going to review episode 6 of Game of Gold as well as cover some hands. So we'll see you guys all then.
Later, squad.
Peace.
Peace.